Joining us now with more on all of today's developments, the host of Crime Stories on Fox 1. Our friend Nancy Grace is back with us. All right, we have a bomb squad, SWAT team, mobile command center. We remember the last time that mobile command center was out there, that person was detained that night, and we went to bed hopeful that they might have broken open this case.
Yes, Carlos Palazuelos was detained that night, and we had hoped that would lead to finding Nancy Guthrie. It did not. Significant. This is only the second time during the Guthrie investigation that SWAT, Bomb Squad, Mobile Command has moved out. They have been gone for hours. They're near the Marana area. It's nestled between two sets of mountains, between the Santa Catalina Mountains and the Tortolita Mountains. It's right down in there in the valley. No word from them, which means they're still deployed the same way they were the other night when Palazuelos was focused upon. And remember, he was focused upon, we believe, because his cell phone kept showing up in Nancy Guthrie's area. He delivered to her neighborhood. Interesting what Harvey Levin said about his team, searching the backpack, searching the jacket. Everybody's doing that. He's been very successful at that. We did the same, and we also found the ski mask. A similar ski mask is also sold at Walmart. So Walmart appears to be Kidnap Central. Now, I want to address that video. I've looked at it very carefully, unblurred. That occurred, I believe, January 23, in the early morning hours around the same time Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped. Why is this guy on a porch near her neighborhood around the same time fiddling with the door cam? Ringing a bell? Now, again, that guy is not named a person of interest or a suspect, but it brings up the specter that Nancy's kidnapping is random, that some guy's going along trying to find women, elderly, somebody living alone and getting into their home. I agree with you, Sean. Not the case in Guthrie's kidnapping. Another thing, the pool cleaners came out to Nancy Guthrie's home, and apparently they let them clean the pool. I'm all for cleaning pools, but this is a crime scene. Stop. Stop allowing people on to the scene. Haven't we learned anything tonight? Two significant things in my mind. I have used DNA in many, many trials. We've got to focus on the DNA and the gray truck. While we're waiting to hear what Mobile Command is doing, that SWAT team on tenterhooks, waiting to hear that. But regarding the DNA, I'm very concerned. The DNA was sent to a private lab. Pima has had a long-standing contract with that lab, so they just did the easy thing and sent it to the lab. It's DNA Labs International in Florida. Now, the problem with DNA Labs International is they are a traditional lab focusing on STR. What is that? Short tandem repeat DNA. This DNA, which is stranger DNA. They've confirmed that. It's not Nancy Guthrie's DNA. It's nobody in her family or anybody close to her. It's stranger DNA. We're going to have mixed DNA. If DNA was on those gloves at all, he touched something, mixing it with other DNA. You have to have a specialist like Quantico that can identify, extract, separate that DNA. All we need, and I mentioned this last night, is one hair. Whether it's nucleus, a root, or not, we can use mitochondrial. But you've got to have the right lab. And the problem with international labs is that this particular Lab International is that they consume the DNA when they do the testing. This is a very complicated process, and if this DNA is mixed, as I suspect it will be, then the DNA will be consumed. That's a problem. Now, here's the other thing regarding the vehicle. Why do I care so much about the gray truck? Why do I keep talking about the gray truck? I'll tell you why. Wayne Williams, that's why. His victims were covered in fibers, carpet fibers, hair, you name it, that traced all back to Wayne Williams' home, where he lived with his parents, and his car, a burgundy sedan owned by the family. Nancy Guthrie's blood will be in that vehicle. I'm sure you've heard of a homicide unit, a burglary unit, a special victims unit. There are car theft units. Cars change make, model every year to kind of encourage repurchasing. They can identify the make, model, and year of this car. They can get the right picture, Sean. And once they get that, you compare to license and registration, and you find who in that area has that car. That's their best bet. It's old school. I know it. But between that and DNA, we got a chance.
I think we have a chance. I was watching Jonathan Hunt's interview with the local sheriff, and I've spoken to many FBI sources that I have, and they would adamantly contradict what the sheriff is saying in terms of cooperation between the federal agency and with local law enforcement. They're saying just the opposite, although I'm also being told, please don't play that up. So for a number of days on this program, we were discussing it privately. I was honoring their wishes. Now it's out in the public, so I'm not going to hold back, but that is being directly contradicted by the FBI.
There is no doubt in my mind that the sheriff, the Pima sheriff, did not want the feds involved. He resisted. And what's really disturbing me, I look at everything as, is it evidence? Is it probative? What can I prove? What do I have? If it's not probative, I don't care about it. That original search of the home, of Nancy Guthrie's home, was done by the local sheriffs. That bothers me. I would want the FBI in there. Look, I've been a Fed and I've been a state prosecutor, felonies only. I welcomed the feds. They had more resources. They had more experience than local prosecutors and local law enforcement. That's their job. That was a grave error, but it's been done now, and we've got to move forward. There's no doubt in my mind. The other day, the Sheriff Nanos, he says, hey, the glove, it may not even be related. Well, it may not, but guess what? It may. So take it seriously and give it all you've got.
Yeah. I mean, as every day passes, it gets more nerve-wracking, especially considering the health of 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Grace, thank you for being with us. We appreciate your time as always. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.